Beers will get a break, and Baller will check back in. 32-10.
I think it's a well-deserved break. She was also showing signs of being a little bit fatigued, so get her out of there and not cause that foul here late in the first half.
Hilliard knocked the inbounds out of play. This will be a Thompson play into Roscoe. Muscles her way through traffic. Shot no good, and off the bounce, Heward has the rebound. Let's see if Valor plays for one. Van Sickle going to do just that. 15 seconds to go. Jess Caldwell says play 5, please. Lytle 3, no good. Weak side Karam hits the top of the backboard, and with 6.8 seconds left in the half, it'll be a Mountain Vista possession.
Yeah, I was going to say that might have been a little bit earlier in the possession, and you could see by Coach Caldwell's reaction that she agreed.
Here's Boydston, 3 seconds to go. Pass tipped up in the air by Baller, out of bounds at the horn, and that'll do it for half number 1. A good first half for the top-seeded Valor Christian Eagles, defending or looking to defend their state championship. Valor Christian 32, Mountain Vista 10. Again, Justin, we talked about it a little in that first half. Beers was impressive. The outside shooting got hot for a time. That defense from the opening tap was awfully impressive.
Yeah, it's, again, you can try to defend what is one team's best player, but when you're as deep as this particular group is, and they can actually take advantage of getting great shots off of the transition defense, it's almost impossible to guard.
And not only that, but the relentless nature, we talked a little bit about it, just the aggressive pressure on ball and off ball too, especially full court. And you made a terrific point, which I thought was spot on. It speeds you up when you're trying to deal with that and forces you into bad decisions.
You know, so often I think people think that when a coach puts you into a press that the first thing you need to do is steal the ball. Well, the reality is you put the amount of pressure on that's necessary for them to make poor decisions, and eventually you're going to be going the other direction.
So Valor Christian with the lead at halftime, 32-10. We will take a break, and we'll be back with second half action. It is the 5A Girls State Tournament on the Valor Sports Network. Moments away from the second half at Valor Gym, the top-ranked Valor Christian Eagles leading the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles 32-10. Mike Rice and Justin Byler and the entire VSN crew, glad you're with us on this Friday night as Valor Christian opens defense of its state championship. Last year, undefeated state title without Reagan Beers, who was out with that torn ACL, Justin, and so far an impressive first half in getting the defense of that title underway.
It has been impressive. They do exactly what they do. They get the ball down in the post, even though they're facing a zone rather than a man tonight. They get it in the post. They rotate the basketball. They find the open player, and right now they're hitting their shots. And that's where Mountain Vista, to get back in this game, Mike, they're going to have to take advantage of their opportunities. They've done a really nice job staying aggressive, but they need to be able to take advantage and trust that they can either get to the free throw line or be able to knock down a few shots to get back in it.
So Valor Christian in the white will start with the basketball. Moving from our left to right, Faborowski to trigger into Quinn Van Sickle. Freshman point guard, Hilliard, right baseline, goes all the way underneath, reverse layup, good. Oh, that's a nice take by Hilliard.
And a great start to the second half, exactly what you want on the opening possession.
Mariah with 7 points, really closed out last week, the regular season in impressive fashion. And this ball is going to roll right to the baseline and be a turnover back to Valor Christian.
Top-level coaches will tell you that the first 3 minutes coming out of that halftime break are very, very important in establishing, your energy level, what's going to happen. And the first 2 possessions are looking really good for the Valor Eagles.
Faborowski, right wing, finds Beers, high post. What a look to Hilliard, who banks it up for an easy deuce. I mean, you can't teach that vision that Beers has. Incredible. Right corner for the Golden Eagles. Left-hand dribble ball knocked away. Saban lost it. And here's Faborowski on the break. Angles in. Shot no good. Heward battles for the rebound. Has it. And Beers resets. Hilliard left side moves for an open 3 and got it. Oh, Mariah with all the points. 7 in a row to start the quarter.
3 for 4 for the Eagles to start the period. And it couldn't be much better to get started in the second half.
Willahan's floater in the lane, no good. Rebound comes to Beers. Lead ahead. Faborowski saves it to Heward, who flips it up and in with the left hand. And the Eagles sprinting out to a 9-0 run to start the third and a timeout for Mountain Vista. Oh, my goodness. What a blitz here to start the second half for Valor Christian.
There's no sign of taking your foot off the pedal. Up 22 coming out of the half. They want to make sure that they put it away early here in the second half.
Yeah, and you know what, Justin, what's so impressive is it all comes within the flow. And I think if you were to ask Jessica Caldwell, so much of it is set up off that defensive pressure that we've talked all game about.
Well, we've seen that transition twice on the possessions early in this second half, but 2 of them have come in the half-court set, and you mentioned the vision of Reagan Beers. What's also so great about not just her vision, it's very difficult to get young people today to turn and square and face and see before you make a decision. So many people want to put the ball on the floor. The kids want to make a play right away. She catches and faces almost every catch and knows exactly what's open, whether it's her own shot or, in that particular case, finding Mariah Hilliard down low.
Beers, a McDonald's All-America, was pretty cool at halftime. She got her McDonald's jersey, number 22, that she'll wear in the game coming up. And that'll be a real thrill for Reagan Beers.
And the best part of that was her face as she received it. Didn't know it was going to happen. She's blushing as she walks out the midcourt. Exactly the kind of young lady that she is. Super humble and super grateful.
Lily Boydston, the sophomore point guard, handled by Faborowski as Mountain Vista talk things over. Down 9-0 in the quarter, which is just over a minute and a half old. Roscoe faces up on Beers. 1 dribble and an off-ball foul coming against Mountain Vista. And they are going to get Willahan, and it'll be a turnover back to Valor.
And that's, I don't like to keep making the same comment over and over again, but the empty possession, that's the perfect definition, especially when you're in control of the basketball and you get that offensive foul.
Yeah, good slap away there by Saban, who stepped in front of Heward, and Boydston sprints into the forecourt, hooks a pass down low too far and out of bounds. Saban had her foot on the baseline as she tried to save it.
So Coach Willihan, if you're him at halftime, you're not trying to get everything back at once. You've heard that phrase before, but it's true. You just need to gain a little bit of confidence. Maybe shave 5 to 8 points off and dig into the lead a little bit, gain a little bit of confidence and see what can happen.
Roscoe goes down. Beers tripped over her. This will be a foul on Reagan Beers, they'll say. All righty, so Reagan whistled for her first and the team's first in the second half. Boydston quickly forecourt, hooks a pass into the left corner, moving in. Jumper by Willihan, short off the iron, no good. And Valor Christian's on the rebound. Van Sickle, so much fun to watch, handling the basketball with the right hand. Draws a double team, pass knocked up in the air. That'll be out of bounds far side, and Valor will keep. 41-10, Eagles. 2.5 minutes into this third quarter. And still, Mountain Vista scoreless in the third. Heward, wide open three. In and out, no good. Beers collects, little jostling match, and she lays it back up for two.
And that's all started by the ball reversal against the zone. Sometimes it's not even a reversal, it's the first side pass, and they're being left open to shoot the three.
Here's Saban driving in, shot rejected by Beers, who has the rebound, and this is going to be a Valor ball. I think a little push coming on Mountain Vista. So Mountain Vista, actually it'll be a Valor possession, after the rebound. Faborowski down to Beers, bounces it to Heward. Good passing to Hilliard. Wanted Reagan inside, but instead the ball knocked away by Roscoe. Here's Boydston spinning in the lane, forced it up, no good, but draws a foul and heads to the line. Boy, Lily Boydston again knows one speed, and that's full speed. Pedal down, and she picked up the foul there.
Well, and that's what we were talking about. Boydston needs to continue to be aggressive, continue to be confident, get to the rim, maybe go to the free throw line, which she's going to do here.
Mariah Hilliard with her first personal as Boydston hits the free throw. That's the first point of the quarter for Mountain Vista, coming at the 4:48 mark. Boydston has 8 of the Eagles' 11 points. Missed the second free throw. Roscoe's on the rebound, though, as it popped loose. And a steal by Van Sickle, who's on that right sideline as she tries to save it right in front of the Mountain Vista bench. I mean, I don't know how Quinn Van Sickle is around the ball so much. Just has a knack for it. Roscoe fires the mid-range jumper short, no good, and Heward has to tip the ball down to Van Sickle, who has it for Valor.
And Roscoe hasn't stopped shooting, which is exactly what they need to do to chip away at this lead.
Here's Heward, right corner, touch pass to Beers, turnaround jumper on the rim twice, no good. Hilliard up for the rebound. Ball rolls back out to Heward on the wing, and she'll draw a foul on Macy Heward along the sideline, who was trying to go after the ball. Well, Jess Caldwell, ever the positive coach for Valor Christian, exhorting the defensive effort. It was good hustle by Heward, but that'll be her third personal. And the third on the Eagles, but comfortably in front by 32 midway through the third. Simones finds Roscoe, high post right. I think gun shy to shoot. There's Beers pawing at the ball defensively. Boydston off a weave, going to drive down the lane. Lost the ball going up, and it was touched by one of the Eagles. Someone got a hand on it. Beers or Van Sickle, I think. Emma Lytle back. Alyssa Faborowski out for Valor Christian. I like Faborowski's game. She's not going to score a lot, but she does so much in that defensive scheme and pressuring on ball in the half-court set. Right corner, Roscoe.
She's exactly what you're looking for in a senior leader.
Hilliard blocks the three-point attempt by Saban out of bounds.
You mentioned Faborowski, but she does. She sits in a stance every possession. She's always ready to guard, and she's willing to do the little things to keep the engine going.
Inbound for Mountain Vista to Saban, and she goes down but kept the pivot. Well, she's a little banged up. She might have taken a pop to the bridge of the nose. This is Boydston, right wing, nearly forgot the ball. Settles herself, gets it inside to Roscoe. One dribble. Beers there to deny. Left-hand dribble into the lane. Ball chopped away momentarily. Simones gets it to Roscoe. Now up top, driving left of the lane. three ball up by Simones is an air ball, and Heward is on it for Valor Christian. 43-11 Eagles. Macy to Van Sickle on the right perimeter. Bounce to Beers inside the arc. Skip pass to Lytle. Shot fake. Pass inside is stolen by Boydston. Keeps the dribble going against Lytle, who's as aggressive defensively as Boydston is running the point. Roscoe faces up, open from 17, off the right iron, and the rebound Van Sickle. That's a shot she has to take, Justin.
It really is, and you'd like to make that, but that's the confidence she needs to have to continue to put that one up.
Van Sickle really being harassed in the backcourt by Sabin, who picks up pressure on Heward, who drives by her and draws a foul, and they're going to call that before the shot.
And offensively for the Eagles, the last couple of possessions, you'd really like against the zone, especially against the zone, you need to move hands because they're standing there staring at the basketball. Hands are long, hands are big. If you don't move hands first with a shot fake or a pass fake, you're trying to throw through a zone, and they've gotten that ball deflected, and they've gone the other way the last couple of possessions.
Van Sickle leaves, and Sydney Baller will enter and play the ball in to Lytle. 2:34 left in the third, 43-11 Valor. Riley Beers also back. Here's Reagan down low, shovels inside to Heward, forced it up off the glass and in. How did she get that through the defense? Man, oh man, good effort by Macy, who's got 8. And Baller got a couple hands on the basketball. Heward has it. Ball knocked up in the air, has it back, down low to Baller, flips it up for 2.
Again, off the transition defense, hands are moving and feet are moving, and they're getting open buckets off their defense.
Here's Roscoe, free throw line. Hands it back to Thompson, and stolen away by Riley Beers. Finds Heward ahead, leading the pack. Shot no good from in close. Macy knows she should have finished that. Mountain Vista's on the rebound. 1:44 left in the third. Riley Beers with another steal. Cuts to the middle of the floor. Surveys the action and takes it hard to the hoop and draws a foul and heads to the line for 2 shots.
Riley does a really nice job when she comes in, providing an element of energy. That's what she does, and she's going to learn as she gets older to be a little bit more in control. But in that particular possession and the one before, she gets hands on the defensive end, and it leads to a layup at the other end of the floor.
1 of 6 from the line this year and missed that. Riley just a freshman. Reagan's a senior. Brother Rocky, a Valor grad a couple of years back at the academy playing football. The Air Force Academy, that is. One more coming for Riley Beers. 47-11. Back rim no good, and the rebound pulled by Roscoe. She goes almost 10 per game, but Beers has rendered her a virtual non-factor. And here's a quick 3 up, back rim by Willihan, no good. And here's an outlet to Lytle, who flips it behind her back before she went out of bounds. And Boydston stepped on the sideline trying to work her way out of trouble. And again, the defense got it right back for Valor. And here's Emma. I like Emma Lytle's game too. She's understated, underrated. Beers takes the feed from Baller and splits a double team and then bumped Chase Thompson to the floor, and they'll call Reagan Beers for a foul. I really thought, Reagan's laughing about it, but I mean, there's no question Thompson went down, Justin, but it seemed inadvertent.
It was inadvertent. You could see it after the layup that their feet got tangled up a little bit, and as Reagan turned to go to the other end of the floor, unfortunately, that tangle caused the fall. It wasn't necessarily an elbow or anything egregious.
So Valor Christian back into the defensive set. Little zone look here. 2-3 style for Jess Caldwell. Christiana Simones now to Boydston up top. Lobs it over on the left side to Thompson. In the corner, quickly double teamed, and the pass in the lane. Shot rejected by Beers, who said no thanks to Roscoe, or Taylor West, I think, is who shot it. It was, and other way, Thompson is going to be fouled. Oh, jump ball call as Anna Allison really chopped at the ball, reaching for it. Thought for a moment they might get Anna for a foul, but the alternate arrow will send the ball or keep it to Mountain Vista.
Yeah, there could have been a foul on that as she kept her hands in the air for a while, but then kind of slid the feet underneath her and tried to get those hands in there. It was maybe a little bit of a touch.
Maybe. Here's a double team, and Reagan Beers just stripped the ball away from Simone's. Baller with it, 21 seconds left. Allison with it, tangling up with a couple of Golden Eagles. Left side, Baller 3 and air ball. Riley Beers up to Lytle. Now the Eagles can settle it down for 1 with 9 seconds left. Baller in the lane to Beers. Wants Allison to cut, but she doesn't. Riley, right side 3, rattles home with under a second left in the quarter. What a rousing finish to the third quarter for top-ranked Valor Christian as Riley Beers drains the triple. Oh my goodness, 52-11, a 20-point quarter, a 20-1 quarter for Valor Christian.
There's some obvious things that Reagan does that when you watch it, you know that it's affecting the game. And then there's some subtle things that happen, like her directing traffic on that last possession, wanting the cut. It shifted the zone because she's pointing it out. And what happened? The zone shifted away from her sister, and she finds her on the opposite side, and she knocks down the 3.
How about that? Anna Allison's, and I think there, Allison is a younger player who doesn't see as much time. She's just a junior, and I think that's just an experience factor right there. Allison wasn't quite sure what Reagan wanted her to do, and so Reagan said, all right, like you said, I'll go to option 2.
Well, and what's interesting about that is that's the short corner we talked about in the first half. She found it at the high post, Reagan did, and she knew that if Allison would just cut to that short corner spot that she would be wide open, and she was trying to create an opportunity for her teammate, which is awfully special.
52-11. Justin, if we have this right, this should be a running clock here in the fourth quarter with Valor up by 41. As Faborowski gets it to Heward, right corner for 3. In and out, no good. Beers follow, up and in, and 1. Oh, man. The Eagles dominating play in the second half.
Well, if it wasn't running before that, it is now.
7:40 left. Now it stops.
I do think in the state of Colorado, it stops for free throws, it stops for injuries, and it stops for timeouts.
Heward off the miss by Beers, can't get the follow, but Van Sickle winds up with a good cut by Reagan Beers, who lays it up for 2, and a good dish by Faborowski.
Yeah, Faborowski was really patient, saw that opening up, and saw it even before Reagan made the cut and just kind of waited for it to happen.
Yeah, and Reagan with the experience to move to the front of the rim, 56-11. Boy, this defense has been difficult for the Golden Eagles to handle. Simone's down the lane and picks up a foul. I thought for a moment maybe a travel, but this will be a foul on Beers, I believe.
Yeah, I'm okay with the foul call there. I'm not sure it was a shooting foul in that particular situation in terms of when that foul took place, but that'll be 4 on Reagan. Not sure coach is overly concerned about the foul situation at this point based on the rotation here in the fourth quarter.
Free throw good by Simone's. She has a triple tonight.
I think you see from the rotation that coach has in there now that she wants to establish at least a good 2-minute stretch with those starters in the game to finish out this part of the game, and then she'll start to go to her bench as we get deeper in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right, Justin. Not going to pull him quite yet. Here's a tip away, and on the loose basketball is Leanna Rivera, and that'll be a double dribble on Simone's in the left corner. You can see, as Mike Willahan, the head coach of Mountain Vista, told us before the game, it's a really young team, and they're growing up, though. Van Sickle an open 3 and drains it. Boy, Quinn Van Sickle with her third. 6:20 to go. Van Sickle has 9 points on those 3 balls. Here's a Faborowski tip away, hustles for it into the right corner, and down and out of bounds was Taylor West trying to save that ball. She was on the baseline, and it's a turnover. Boy, but Alyssa Faborowski again creating the loose basketball and then going after it. That's kind of like following your shot. You tip the ball away and then you go after the loose ball.
Well, and she's been doing that all year long. We talked about her doing the little things. and understanding the little things and how important they are to your team, she's not afraid to continue to do it from beginning to end of the game.
Beers wanted Heward, but that ball went through a pack of players and never got to Macy. Mountain Vista comes out of there with the turnover. Simone's 5.5 points per game. Left side 3 is an air ball shot up by Rivera. Rebound loose, and it's finally snared by Heward of Valor. 5:14 to go. Faborowski with her head up. Finds the pressure of Simone's, and she's over and back.
Yeah, you could see Coach Caldwell not wanting to go to her bench quite yet, only because she wanted to establish a little bit better continuity in that couple of minutes with that particular group. But with the score the way that it is, hitting the 5-minute mark, you knew she had to go there anyway.
Allison, Baller, Lytle, Mariah Glazier, and Eva Parks all in the game in white and navy for number 1 Valor Christian. Here's Glazier with a poke away, and this will be a foul on Mariah, I think. Yep. That'll be number 6, so Mountain Vista in the bonus in the next foul. Baseline left Thompson to play it in. Guarded by Lytle. Out high it comes to Sabin. Shot fake on Glazier, drives inside, and another foul. And this will be a 1-and-1.
And this is something you see in games that are decided by this type of point total, is that you get in this situation and you want to try to make a play once you get in there as a substitute, and you end up getting a couple of fouls early. And hope is that you continue to foul throughout, but you sit down, settle in a little bit, and just play.
Sabin to the line, 12 of 26 this year, but hits the front end of the 1-and-1. It's interesting, Justin. Mountain Vista has 3 field goals in the game. And 5, make it 6 of 7 from the line.
That's not a stat you're going to see very often in the playoffs, Mike.
No, and early rounds, and again, Valor Christian is right now a more established program. I mean, there's no shame in that, but this again, it's a young Mountain Vista team that is growing up. It takes a little time.
And 3 field goals also speaks to the tenacity of the defense in terms of the amount of opportunities they've even had.
No question. Lytle over to Baller, shot fake from 3. Glazier up top, wants to go inside, but no one's there. Lytle had the ball tipped up in the air, dribbled it off her foot, but there'll be a foul coming first on Mountain Vista. And this will go against Simone's. Only the 5th team foul, though, on the Golden Eagles.
This is a great time for a young player like Lytle to be able to get quality minutes in an important game, meaningful minutes. Even though the game is out of hand at this point from a score standpoint, this is an opportunity to start to establish some of the good habits that you want to have moving forward in wanting to contribute.
Anna Allison with the follow, but she had her shot blocked, and she came down with the ball and will be called for traveling, so wave off the hoop. 2:57 to go. Again, running clock with the Eagles up by 44. As Mountain Vista's season is ticking down to the end. 2-3 zone for Valor Christian. Pass inside, shot by Thompson. Wild, high off the glass, no good. Taylor West with the rebound, and Allison fouls her.
No, Mountain Vista doing a nice job there. When you penetrate the zone with the dribble, again, hitting the high post creates opportunities that the defense is hard to guard.
So West to the line, where she is 4 of 7 this year. Glazier out and Riley Beers back. 1-and-1 on the 8th team foul, and back rim on the front end. Allison swats the rebound, and Lytle hustles the ball down. 59-15, Valor Christian looking sharp tonight. Riley Beers inside to Parks, jumper up, back rim no good, and the rebound pulled down by Mountain Vista. Leanna Rivera, the freshman at 5'9", number 32.
Signs of great coaching from both sides. When you see the ball consistently hitting that high post against the zone, you know that they know what they're trying to do with the basketball.
There's a shot up, and that's over everything, and it's loose on the baseline, and this one's going to Valor Christian.
But even that shot opportunity was created once again by the ball going to the high post. at some point, both defenses need to make a little bit of an adjustment, although these are relatively inexperienced players on both sides, to be able to take away that high post a little bit in that zone.
Minute and a half to go. Valor Christian up by 44. Baller at the top. Man-to-man defense for the Golden Eagles. Down low, Parks finds Allison. Shot no good. Followed by the junior no good. Rebound, Lytle had it but lost it. And Thompson's on it. Parks takes it away on the left sideline. Hooks it down to Lytle. Moves into the lane. Flips it up short, no good. On rebound, follow back rim. No, won't go down. And Taylor West is on the rebound for Mountain Vista with 1:06 to go.
Boy, it just wasn't to be on that possession, Mike.
Boy, you're right there. Allison had a couple of good looks. Thompson swings it right corner. Valor there defensively. Parks on the defense and took it away. Another steal for Eva. And with 50 seconds to go, Lytle will slow it down. Valor Christian going to get the winner of Thunder Ridge and Air Academy. That game going on right now in the round of 16 here at Valor Gym on Tuesday night. Here's Riley Beers. Get it left wing to Lytle. I don't know that Valor's going to shoot here. Certainly they don't need to. 31 seconds left. Allison down low to Baller. Yep, she'll put it up and in. Make it 61-15.
I think with a group like this, you tell them you don't need to shoot, but if you get an opportunity for a layup, then you take it.
Here's a deep three that's short, no good. Lytle's on it. Now I'd be stunned if there were a shot. Yeah, Jess Caldwell has hands up, and they will dribble it out. Final 9 seconds to tick off, and Valor Christian is going to open its state tournament with a resounding win. 2 seconds to go, and it is over in Highlands Ranch. Top-ranked Valor Christian dispatches of Mountain Vista 61-15 in the round of 32 in the girls' state basketball tournament. Valor Christian looking to defend its title, and Justin, a terrific start in that regard tonight for the Eagles.
It was a great start, and not just in terms of a start to the tournament. It was a great start to the contest when they jumped out early with great defense, great possessions on offense, and extended the lead right from the very beginning.
When you think of Valor Christian giving up 4 points in the first, 6 points in the second, and in the second half, the Golden Eagles had 1 point in the third and 4 points in the fourth. Again, that's not to disparage Mountain Vista. It's simply to point out that's how good the Valor defense was tonight.
Yeah, and they came out with an element of energy in both halves to establish that, and it snowballed in both the first and the third quarter, and it led to really a difficult time all night.
Valor Christian now 20-3. Mountain Vista's season ends with a record of 11-13. Valor Christian to host either Thunder Ridge or Air Academy on Tuesday night, and we are scheduled to have that game right here on the Valor Sports Network. Thanks so much to my broadcast partner, Justin Byler. For Paige Stingley, Coleman Navarro, and the entire Valor Sports Network crew, I'm Mike Rice, bidding you a pleasant good night. Our final once again, Valor Christian 61, Mountain Vista 15.